I just started recording and then the sirens are going off. Jack's recording a video, they say. Woo! Woo. Friends, Romans, thinkers, lend me your ears as you join Thinking Game Trivia here with me, Quizmaster Jack, as I play through Buzzword, Pop Culture and Sports. It's 2024, we're at week 35, getting towards the end of the year. Since we're in the last half, we have a target score. Target score for pop culture this week is 106, so we're looking to get higher than that.
Entries in this series featuring scientist Dr. Nira Vivaldi were written by its creator, Edward Packard. It began with 1979's The Cave of Time, which had 40 total endings.
Okay, come on. I put it in. They'll give me that. Choose your own adventure books, 40 different endings. It had to be. Had to be. Thought we were in video games for a second there. They're not going to ding me for that. How could you ding me for that? They're choose your own adventure books. I mean, that's not necessarily named the series, sure, but...
While in Oklahoma City, a man in this film realizes that Eden only exists in a comic book. The protagonist of this film fights Donald Pierce and the Reavers to protect Laura.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen Logan, but Eden being in a comic book, that really seemed like something that would have been in the movie Logan, which ended up not being the last time Hugh Jackman played Wolverine. He came back, and maybe he'll come back for more. Slight spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine. Never actually saw Logan. I just stopped watching all of the Fox Marvel stuff because I'm just the MCU stan, I guess you would call it, but I don't. MCU isn't in a great spot right now.
An episode of this show is narrated by failed bomb-sniffing dog 630. The protagonist writes a grant proposal with Kelvin on an episode of this Apple TV Plus show based on a Bonnie Garmus novel. A 1950s scientist becomes a cooking show host on for 10 points. What series starring Brie Larson?
Yeah, what is this called? It's something about like I'm just making a word salad out of here. This isn't the name of it. Lessons in Chemistry. I knew it was something in chemistry. I want to say like the joys of chemistry for like the joys of cooking, since there's that overlap. But yeah, I'd seen ads for it. As a chemist, I was like, oh, a show about chemistry. But it's on Apple Plus, and that is a bridge I will not cross.
After this band broke up in 1966, its lead singer sang on Spill the Wine with War. This band had a 1965 hit with We Gotta Get Out of This Place. Eric Burdon was the original frontman of, for 10 points,
what We Gotta
British
Get Out of This?
Invasion band,
the Zombies?
Whose biggest hit was a cover of The House of the Rising.
Yeah, it is the Zombies. Oh, it's the Animals. Yeah, House of the Rising Sun. But I have both We Gotta Get Out of This Place and House of the Rising Sun on my playlist. But you forget names. But yeah, as the Animals. That was just a mistake on my part.
This hero fakes his death in the sinking of the tanker USS Discovery, the so-called Manhattan Incident. He reveals his real name, David, to Meryl Silverberg after a hot...
They said Meryl Silverberg. I'm not so deep in Metal Gear Solid that I knew about the Manhattan Project, but I guess, or the Manhattan Incident. Oh yeah, because that's the opening of MGS 2. So in the sequel to MGS, all the trailers made it seem like you were just playing a Solid Snake again. Everybody's favorite David Hayter voiced character. But then there's that prelude, or prologue, I guess, on that ship, and it sinks. And you play as somebody else for the rest. I don't know why I'm trying to get around spoilers. You play as Raiden, who was called Jack for a lot of the series, because I think that's his supposed real name. I don't know. Nobody has real names in Metal Gear Solid except for Psycho Mantis. Psycho Mantis, it was his birth name. They had very forward-looking parents.
In this film, characters remember orders by chanting, "Franco goes in where the others have been." At the climax of this film, the Telly Savalas played Maggot betrays his comrades at a French chateau. For 10 points,
Chateau.
what World War II film depicts the suicide mission of the Title 12
Okay. I thought it might have been. Oh, I was thinking about like The Great Escape somehow, but of course it's The Dirty Dozen. Of course it's The Dirty Dozen. Great Escape was somehow getting me not to just buzz in and say Dirty Dozen. I don't know how.
This man says, "You'll pay" to several nerds after he's revealed as a powerful friend of the pig Sir Oinks-a-Lot on The Simpsons. In 1968, he said, "Sock it to me?" on
Yeah, Richard Milhouse Nixon. I think I was getting an audio bug there for a second. That's. I think this is going to be like old Dick Nixon as a television actor character. Also, Head in a Jar and villain for most of Futurama. All right, I'm a little worried that we're getting into an audio bug again.
This character hypnotized Edwin Jarvis into becoming the Crimson Cowl. This villain made out of adamantium created the Vision as part of his plan to destroy a superhero scientist he calls Father.
It's just Ultron. Yeah, it's gotta be Ultron. Yeah, gotta be. Yeah, because he takes over Jarvis. This is the comics Ultron, not MCU. Ultron, where he's voiced by the wonderful James Spader. But yeah, Tony Stark makes a AI that's going to protect the world, and weird, it went evil. Who would have thought?
Beginning in November 2022, this singer has performed a series of weekends shows at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, which feature the song "I Drink Wine." In a 2021 song, she sings "Had no time to choose what I chose to do." For 10 points, name this British singer whose album 30...
Okay, I thought it might have been... Like, didn't Adele... I think Adele had a residency in Las Vegas, but then they had lyrics from an Adele song. I don't know. I will admit, I don't know a lot of Adele songs, but that was one I didn't.
In 1985, this retail company introduced the Discover credit card. Allstate Insurance was founded as part of this retail company, which in 1933 began issuing an annual Christmas wish book. For 10 points, what company pioneered mail order catalog?
Wait. I think it's Sears. I think it's going to be Sears. Whew. Saved myself. I was going to say Williams-Sonoma, but there's no way Williams-Sonoma started a car insurance company or a credit card. All right, they'll give us choose your own adventure books, so we're getting at least 10 there. I buzzed in at like 450 celerity, so that should get us over. The music was very answerable, like Animals, of course. I just confuse them with the zombies. So it goes, and then a question about an Appy TV series that I just don't know. Man, Appy TV. It's just all mozzarella sticks and potato skins. Delicious. Anyway, on to sports. All right, they already got me dreading the first question since they're going to be asking about college sports. Over here, our target score is 86.
With consecutive picks in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Bengals and Commanders took this school's defensive stars Chris Jenkins and Mike Sainristil. The Vikings traded up to draft this team's star quarterback, Jay.
All right, well, this I can... The intersection of Vikings and Michigan. My brother-in-law is quite into Michigan, which is an understatement. So you put together the Vikings and Michigan, and I'll knock that question. Well, I'll get it on the second clue, because I don't know any defensive players from Michigan. And I certainly don't know who the Bengals drafted back-to-back with the Commanders. It's a part of the draft everybody takes a nap during.
In 2017, intentional fouls by this man's teammates in a loss to Boston allowed him to become the first NBA player since Kobe Bryant to score 70 points in a game.
Oh.
This starter on Team
Celtic?
USA at Paris 2024 plays on an NBA team with Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. For 10 points, name this Suns guard.
I don't know a Suns guard. Uh, okay, Devin Booker. Yeah, just
In 2024, this team tied a franchise record by winning 31 of its first 50 games behind newly signed ace Seth Lugo. In February 2024, this team inked an 11-year extension with shortstop Bobby Witt Jr.
the Royals. Hey, Central Time Zone Sports. Let's go. Let's keep it in. Let's keep it in those central divisions. AL Central and NFC North. Let's keep it. Let's keep it in there.
This event switched to even years after 9/11 postponed it at the Belfry. The Battle of Brookline and Miracle at Medina were instances of this men's analog of the Solheim Cup. In 2023, Luke Donald was a captain at, for 10 points, what cup?
The Ryder? Solheim's golf, right? So it'd be Ryder? Yeah, it was Ryder Cup the whole time. I spent at least 8 of those seconds trying to differentiate between the Davis Cup and the Ryder Cup. Because I knew it was golf. I just always forget. Davis Cup is tennis. Pretty sure.
This man's struggles with competition pressure are profiled in the 2021 documentary Plan B. In 2023, Sepp Kuss, Primož Roglic, and this third member of Jumbo Visma won all 3 Grand Tours in 1 year.
Oh, it's F1.
For 10 points, what winner of the 2022 and 2023 Tours de France is a cyclist from Denmark?
What's Vingegaard? Yep, just didn't have that. And more college? Yeah, I just can't name basketball players, can't name cyclists.
This school's starting lineup included sharpshooter Lee Humphrey in a year in which it beat George Mason in the national semifinal. This school beat Mike Conley and Greg Oden's Ohio State team to win a title. For 10 points, what school won titles in 2006 and 2007 with Al Horford and Joakim Noah?
Oh, Joakim Noah was on Kentucky? Florida. Yeah. Okay.
This man finished an Olympic event third behind Botswana's Letsile Tobogo and fellow countryman Kenny Bednarik. He was put in a wheelchair after earning bronze at Paris 2024 while competing in the 200 meters with COVID. For 10 points, what U.S. sprinter won the 100-meter sprint at Paris 2020?
It's Noah Lyles. Yeah, because he got COVID and was still able to win medals. Crazy.
Between 1970 and 1990, this team only made the postseason in 1982 and was swept in the NLCS by the Cardinals. In the early 1980s, this team employed closer Gene Garber and 2-time MVP outfielder Dale Murphy. For 10 points, in the late 1980s, what team added ace pitchers John Smoltz and...
Okay. I know who John Smoltz played for.
This man threw a record 5 interceptions in 1 Super Bowl. Bill Callahan was criticized for not changing this quarterback's playbook when going up against his ex-coach John Gruden's Tampa Bay team.
Who was the quarterback for the Raiders?
What QB had an MVP season in 2002 when he led a Super Bowl?
That's Gannon. It's Rich Gannon. It's just running through who was the quarterback for the Raiders when they got blown out. Just stop listening to the question. Just running through the database.
In 2015, this man earned a nickname after scoring a playoff goal against the Wild and yelling, "Showtime." This first U.S.-born player to win the Hart Memorial Trophy was named 2008 Rookie of the Year over teammate Jonathan Taves. For 10 points, what winger won 3 Stanley Cups with the Blackhawks?
What's his name? Oh, yeah, it's the Blackhawks guy. What's his name? Patrick Kane, yeah. Not to be confused with Evander Kane. Not a great sports run, but some Central Time Zone sports to help me do a little bit. Did not reach our target score, but that's okay. Good questions, good times. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Head over to neqt.com/buzzword to play the game. That's it for week 35. See you next time.